Live to live night news. If you're a lot like me, then you might not like you. This is another episode of Hours of Clarity Recovery Talks podcast. I have a good friend of mine now, actually good friends now, but it hasn't always been that way over the years. I've known him for 20 plus years. We've been through a lot in multiple different provinces across the country. We've lived together, hated each other, loved each other. We've been all over the map. We'll say that. We've used together. We've worked together. Good and bad situations. But he's a really good friend today. I consider him family, and he's a Brentwood alumni. And today we're going to start talking a little bit about self-pity after this gentleman explains a bit of his life story. If you want to introduce yourself, you can go ahead, and we're going to just talk about how you found your addiction, maybe a little bit about how you grew up, what you went through, and the deeper the better, my friend.
All right. Well, I'm Don. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So start with a little bit about myself.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. It obviously, where you come from there as well. Growing up, my whole life I was trying to get out of there. Always looking for, if I'm somewhere else, my life's gonna be better. I did start off pretty young on my own.
How old?
11 years old, I was kicked out of the house.
Okay, yeah.
And
what's it like for running the streets at 11?
Trying to find friends that I can sleep on the couch quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, at first it was all right because everybody's got to go home and I could still be out at the park riding around. The first little bit was fun, but then it started getting lonely.
Hungry,
yeah. And then the self-pity really started to flow in.
Yeah. If I only had different parents.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, if I had different parents, if I had people that cared.
So what was the family dynamic like for you, say, growing up in whatever house it was like for you?
Growing up, since I came to Brentwood and stuff, I was actually able to, with a lot of help from Shannon, go back and relive a lot of it.
Who's Shannon?
The psychotherapist here.
Okay.
Yeah, she was able to help bring me back to a lot of stuff I didn't really realize was there.
Yeah, I'm only asking that because I do know who Shannon is, but you don't.
Yeah, and well, my parents split up when I was about a year old.
Yeah.
Right off the hop, now that I know the story, my dad was a hard worker.
Yeah.
He was out on the railway. He wanted the family, stuff like that, but working out of town. My mom wasn't the proper wife, you would so to say.
Yeah.
She had her own addictions, stuff like that.
So she struggled.
Yeah, she struggled. So my dad would come home and the house would be full of bikers or randoms from the bars, and I'd be sitting I'd be in the crib sleeping or crying or whatever, and he just couldn't take it no more.
Yeah.
He actually married her to get her out of CAS.
Yeah.
So right off the hop, not for the right reasons, sort of it seems, but he was trying to be a good guy. She met my brother's dad when I was about 3 years old and moved us in with him, and that's when the abuse really started that I could remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you at that point?
About 3.
Yeah, I know. So from 3 till when did she date him?
From 3 until I was 11.
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
Shortly after 11, so I think
so they
about
were
12.
About 8-9 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once we moved in with him, that's where the trauma started that I can remember.
Okay. What kind of traumas did you go through?
He was physically abusive, mentally abusive, physically, sexually with my mother as well.
Okay.
One of the things I had to overcome while I was here with Shannon was I remembered being on the floor, laying there crying, because he had one of those old, big 80s ghetto blasters you can put on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And there was Elvis Presley song on, Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah.
I can still remember it, and not as vividly as I could before, but I wanted to turn it up because I used to dance around to it.
Yeah.
And
just being a kid.
Yeah, and he didn't want me touching his stuff, even though we lived together. I had a love seat that I slept on and had to put garbage bags on in the middle of the night, like at nighttime, so I didn't wet it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he didn't want me touching it, so I got a couple boots around the living room, and I remember my mom just standing there, just
not defending you,
not doing nothing.
Yeah.
And
she's probably in her own shock, her own fear from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I found out over the years, because she does have addictions and stuff as well,
Yeah.
that she just wanted to be needed. She just wanted to be comforted somewhere as well.
And become dependent.
Yeah, exactly. The codependency. So she put up with a lot that she knows she shouldn't have.
Right.
To keep that roof over her own head. And started learning.
Sometimes people feel like there's no escape from whatever situation there is. They don't want to ask for help and fear that whatever their comfort is in the situation they're in is going to be taken away.
Yeah.
The fear of the unknown. How am I going to do this on my own? How am I going to raise these kids by myself?
Yeah.
All that stuff could have been going through, but still unfair to a child. Yeah.
Well, as I said, with her knowing her and having addictions, and me knowing about addictions now, it's being comfortable with the chaos.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and not knowing that you could have something better in life.
Right. And even if you could get it, we'd probably tarnish it without working on our own
100%.
emotional and mental state, right?
100%.
So you could give any random addict a house, you could give them a car, you could, get them out of the situation they're in, but chances are, without working on their inner demons, they're gonna tarnish whatever you give them.
Make the same choices and bring it right back down.
That's why the only thing that helped me was the hard, tough love. Like, as soon as I was stopped being enabled by my dad, my family members, like helping me out in any way they could.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm so happy I didn't breach my last house arrest bail when I was staying at my brother's and then my mother's, because they helped me eventually. Like, my brother was a rock for me, right? My mom ended up helping me out after, he was going through some health issues, and I ended up going to my mom's for the last few months before I came to Brentwood. But, like, legitimately, every other time somebody's helped me, I've shit all over the situation. Yeah.
Fast forward to adulthood, I met my wife.
Yeah.
And her family, good family, everything like that.
Yeah.
Got married, have 2 kids, have a business.
Okay, let's pause there. Let's pause right there. We're going to go back because I know we're not skipping the prime years.
No, I was not skipping it, but just to say I'm not tarnishing it is I had everything.
Yeah.
And I still got it.
Because you hadn't worked on yourself.
I never worked on myself from all the stuff. And in 2 years, after finally buying a house, I shit it all away. Where my wife was finally like,
enough.
You have nothing to complain about. We have everything. You have everything you ever
So
wanted.
why are you still?
And I'm out there worse than ever.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, sorry, my bad. I was thinking, we're going to go to the happy parts. Like, whoa. Yeah. So, no, let's go to, like, I first met you, I believe we were teenagers, briefly, here and there. It was about probably 17 or 18 years old.
Younger than that.
No, it was younger than that because I was dating Jen McLeod, actually. I would have been 15 years old. So, yeah, I met you. And no, there's even younger than that. I met you when I was 12 myself. Actually, yeah, because you were hanging around with Stratton and Eric and everybody. Yeah. So, actually, fuck, man. I had like 3 different memories popping in my head there. Each time I met you, I thought you were an asshole. Yeah. Thought you were aggressive, controlling, and a lot of those things are probably true, but the main thing that deterred me, I think, away was that people in survival mode like that, they have to be assertive, dominant, and controlling, right? I myself eventually became that way after I didn't, like you said, probably didn't like me for my own family reasons. You got a good home. Why are you hanging around downtown with guys like us?
Yep.
Well, I remember, okay, so I'm going to touch base on this and then I'm going to go back to you. I had a moment with Eric and he said, there was like Dylan and a bunch of people anyway. And they said, they were kind of like starting to pick on me, drinking, getting drunk, a little rowdy. And, you got a good home and you got a dad and you got this nice place up on the hill. And
you're a suburb boy.
Yeah. You fucking think you're belong here down with us. And I could sense I was probably going to get jumped, eh? Mm-hmm. Like, and I said, well, who the fuck who's crazier? I said, what makes you crazier? I said, the fucking people that don't have a family, the people that are struggling, the people that have to live this way, or the guy that leaves that house, decides to leave his little family and come on down the hill to hang out with you. I said, so who's fucking crazier?
Yeah.
And Eric immediately, that's why I love this guy. You know what I mean? It's just, it goes to show that not every person that has things or an opportunity, like I didn't have the greatest opportunities, but I had better than some, turns out to be this normal person. You know what I mean?
That's that judgment. Of
Yeah,
just thinking,
exactly.
if
So,
I had that,
meanwhile, we are the same alcoholic. We are the same deformed thinking. We struggle mentally, emotionally.
the facts are different, but
The
everything else is the same.
Yeah, circumstances are different for living, but
Yeah.
it's like everything else inside our bodies. We're both dominant. We're both controlling. We're both fucking. You know what I mean? Insecurities,
Yeah.
all that stuff, right? So. Yeah, no, I just wanted to relate to that because the way we thought about each other was definitely wrong. Because, like, how can I love you today?
Yeah.
Right? How do I get along with you so well today? How am I uncle to your kids?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, back to about, to say that age, 12, 13, 14, when I met you, you had already been in drinking and stuff like that. So it's like, what was that like for you for over the next 10 years?
I actually started drinking at 4 years old. That was one of the things with my upbringing that my mom thought it was funny. She thought it was cool. She has a picture that she would brag about with people that I'm sitting there with those old wine coolers back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm finishing it off and I'm hammered.
Oh, wow.
And she likes to tell people about how when it was finally time to go to bed, I was like, fuck you, I don't gotta listen to you.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, he's gonna be one of those drunks.
Yeah.
And drinking was a normal thing in my house.
Yeah.
Drugs, stuff like that.
Stealing.
Stealing. That also came from my mother.
Yeah.
Used to bring me to stores and get me to push the carts out the door.
Yeah.
And if nobody stopped me, I had to go right to the car. If they stopped me, where's my mom?
Yeah.
I was feeding her addiction by helping her steal things.
Yeah. And probably not reaping the benefits of it either.
Oh, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of resentment started coming up. I had some family members that they used to benefit from the stealing, and they used to get the stuff I wanted. I was wearing byway shoes and stuff. They were wearing the new light ups.
Yeah.
I was wearing a Zellers winter jacket. They're wearing the new Columbia jackets.
Yeah, or
It's
Nike or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of resentment started coming from that.
Yeah.
And then that's where it kind of pushed it over here. Well, if I can do this with her,
I can do it
without her.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I get to keep what I get now.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of started my own life of crime. And,
Yeah, and as a teenager, it supports your eating if you got to get some food or you got to get some dope or whatever.
I remember I was in a RTU, residential treatment unit.
Okay.
And
was that in Sault Ste. Marie?
Yeah, it was at Sault Ste. Marie, the bottom of Lake Street.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there that, actually is one of your roommates now. And I used what my mom taught me with him. Because he was just a little bit younger than me, so I used to get him to go into stores too.
Yeah.
And I would tell him, hey, if the cops come or anything, they're gonna bring you back and let you go. You can't be charged.
Yeah.
And then we did it so on and so on, the chain.
Yeah.
And it just,
Spiraled.
Yeah.
Gets to a point where even though it's negative behavior, you're still repeating it because it's what you've known to survive.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going. Yeah. So what do you think brought you to a point in your life, like after how many years? Let's say, what are you, 41,
42.
42. So we're talking 42 years old. You just finished treatment about 6-7 months ago. So you've been sober for like 10 months roughly now.
Yeah.
Right? And so we're going almost on a year. And so let's minus that.
Amazing.
That is. It's probably the longest.
It's longest in my life
that you've ever been sober since you were in single digits.
Yeah.
So let's just go to from 20, because you're out of that treatment unit as an adult. You've been in jail as a kid, right? Numerous times. So the struggle's real, but. Let's start from 18 as an adult and talk about the 22 years until you find treatment. Like, what the fuck happened in 22 years?
I got worse.
Yeah.
I got more violent. I did a lot of traveling around.
Yeah.
If only I'm in this city, if I'm only in that city, if I'm only in this province, things will be better.
Yeah, guns, armed robberies, prison.
You name it.
Yeah.
Extortions.
Yeah.
Anything with violence where I was pushing dominance on somebody. Yeah. And I was gaining something from it.
Yeah. Well, I'll never forget the day that we played bumper cars with 3 stolen vehicles.
There you go.
Right.
Running down the street with a sawed off.
Jumping over my lap into a minivan as we left a car with a blown engine at the intersection. We're not going to say which intersection, right? But yeah, just pretty funny and ironic of how many different memories
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. Our friend went away for 7 years for that.
Yeah, that's it was at that time when he went away that I really started questioning my life.
Yeah.
That I did have like a seed. I would like to say it was more than that, but there was a seed planted of, because when we were in the courtroom and well, we're gonna jump past some of it. He just said, like, you know, do good out there.
Yeah.
And I told him I'd be there for him and help him as much as I can.
Yeah.
And when I used to talk to him, when he would call over that 7 years, I would tell him the stuff that was going on, and he'd get pissed at me. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm not sitting in here for you to be doing stupid shit out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this guy really cares about me.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And it was out of that, like, I felt that the pure love of, it's not here, you're sitting in prison going to, you know, the worst prisons in Canada.
Right.
And you're talking sense to me like, you know, I wish a father did at some point.
Right.
Like, no, you can do better, like here. And yeah, I had little ways that to make money on the side, but he was even clear about it. This is only to, you know, get this going.
Yeah.
You know, you got nothing, you're in a whole new province, okay, talk to this person, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was supposed to be putting more money into his account more, and he's like, no, you gotta get this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. I wanna hear the good things.
Yeah.
I don't wanna hear that you get locked up. I don't wanna hear that, you know, you're doing something.
Junking out.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was,
And what ends up happening through that, you know?
I still struggled with it for a couple of years. I was tapering off.
Yeah, what, are you smoking crack at this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I blew everything up on my welding career in Alberta.
Right.
They told me if I got some help and come back. I was wanted in Ontario, so I came back to Ontario, and I was latching on to women.
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, if I got a good woman from a good home, I'm going to be away from that type of stuff. And it would work for a period of time.
Right.
But then the me would come out.
Yeah,
You can only be fake for so long. And,
That's right.
And then it would just go bad. I ended up getting a job. Well, I was in Sault Ste. Marie, and one of my old babysitters came in at the bar and wanted me to go party at her house.
Yeah.
And I remember being a little boy looking at her pictures, so to say. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And that was 2 years of just bad.
Yeah.
But it was like a fantasy I was fulfilling.
Yeah.
And that's what my life was. I was always trying to live those fantasies of
That's
people.
right. Yeah.
And,
Be the
finally-
biggest drug dealer, toughest guy,
Yeah.
whatever,
yeah,
blah, blah,
got the
blah.
hottest broad,
Yeah.
this and that, I can do what I want. And then I realized that's not what I want anymore. So I left her from Sudbury, and I was trying to do better. I started working for a drywall company out of Cambridge,
Okay.
and they wanted me to continue working for them.
Yeah.
I started as a laborer, and then they said if I relocated, they would still have a job for me.
Yeah.
The girl at the time in question said that she was pregnant, and being tossed aside my whole life, I swore that if I ever had a kid, I would never leave it.
Yeah.
So I went back to Sudbury and was there for a bit, and then at one time she told me that the doctor said she's not going to be able to carry for term. So I said, okay, I'm out of here then.
Yeah.
I ended up leaving with the cops behind me
Yeah.
because she didn't like it. Fast forward a little bit, I got to Cambridge, was working, everything was good, and on a visit to Oshawa, because I had some family there, because my whole life I've been trying to reach out to family.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody who would care unconditionally for me.
Yeah. Longing for connection.
Yeah, like pure connection of not wanting something from you. I don't got to do something for you. But
Yeah,
you
just
still
to
want me
be able
around.
to say hi.
Yeah.
I love you. Hang out. Yeah.
And I thought I had it for a bit. Like I had an estranged aunt. She used to make lunches for me and stuff.
Oh, cool.
To bring back to Cambridge
Yeah.
because I'd spend the weekend in Oshawa, the weeks in Cambridge working, and all of a sudden I would go back with Tupperware containers of my lunches and stuff like that for the week.
Yeah.
And it was great. I let my guard down, and I met my wife. You know, we started talking
Where'd you meet her?
in Oshawa.
Where?
Through my aunt. She was friends with my cousin.
Yep.
And she ended up giving me and my mom a ride from my aunt's place one day.
Okay.
And just when I looked at her, it was like, wow. But I wasn't the type of person she was looking for.
Yeah.
So I didn't really put nothing to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I was in Cambridge, and then I found out from a phone call, because me and her started talking a little bit, my aunt went to her parents' house and said how scared she was, and that they sleep with a gun under their bed now because I'm around. And it caught me so off guard, because I'm like, you wanted me around, you're so proud of me, I'm doing good, you're making lunches for me for at work, for the week, like a full week of lunches and dinners and Tupperware containers. And then all of a sudden you're at a girl that I'm interested in, sitting in the living room with her parents saying how petrified you are of me and that you sleep with a gun under your bed now.
Oh, wow.
And it caused a lot of problems. So I was opening up to, hey, good things are coming my way, and that sealed me right up.
Yeah, of course.
And
because it's like every time you try to take a step forward, somebody seems to block the path.
Yeah, 100%.
Somehow, emotionally, mentally, yeah.
So I went on another little bender there for a bit.
Yeah.
I was just like, this ain't working. I was sabotaging the stuff with the girl I started talking to.
Yeah.
Just making bad choices.
Is that your future wife?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I was honest with her. I did this, I did that, and I knew I was breaking her heart.
Yeah.
Because there was a mutual connection there already.
Yeah.
But I was closed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
Yeah, so you start heading down the wrong path again. Yeah, and how many times do you intercede like life with negative choices and bring the self-sabotaging behaviors in to implode whatever good you got instead of working through it?
My whole life.
Yeah. If you think back on it, it's like, say, coming into Brentwood and doing this program is the first time you start internalizing all these things emotionally.
I did it here.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was doing good, and a guy turned around and put a note on my door saying I had 24 hours to get honest.
Yeah.
And immediately, I went back to that old person.
Yeah, but you worked through it. You didn't get
I worked through it because I had fellowship in that yard that blocked the way for me getting a hold of them.
Yeah, well, regardless.
And then I had Shannon, I had Tom, I had people backing me up to help me through it.
Yeah.
I wanted it,
yeah,
but I didn't know how to deal with it by myself.
Yeah. So how did you find recovery? Let's get to that part. So you and your wife, you end up getting together, married, ups and downs. You have kids, and you started a business. You said, actually, I worked for him, so I don't even know why I'm inquiring. Like it's like I don't know, right? I did some work for you too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, so you have your business and you're doing things in life, welding company, and you're living and paying bills and responsibilities, but yet you're still out there smoking crack.
Yes.
Yeah, running the roads. Yeah, not
every
to say
time I was away from the family.
Yeah, and not only that too, like even when you're back with the family the last, say, 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
right after I bought a house.
Yeah, right after you buy a house, it's like you're hiding out, fucking in the truck or in the bathroom or wherever. Yeah, we've had some.
My whole life, and it was finally when I Brentwood I realized it's as soon as I have something good, something seems to always take it away. So it was like I was doing it before it happened to me.
Yeah, it's self-destruction.
I know it's going to happen. I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
I might as well just do this. I was always having to keep one foot into that life of those people.
Yeah.
Have that. So in the end, I don't have nobody again.
So what do you think you learned about that when it comes to like what your family was thinking? You know, while you're out there doing whatever, like how they felt, or
it was hard, and even some days I still struggle with it. That my family are the ones that love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
I have the kids. I have a wife that I pushed her to the limits, and even though she was breaking, even though we've been through a year separation, even though we've had police involvement, stuff like that. And she would be totally upset with me. She still loved me.
Yeah.
And when she reached out to you, when I was, banging my head pretty hard out there, it showed me. And at first, I still didn't even. No, right up first, I was just like, okay, this is just gonna be another.
Just for some insight before he continues, we never got along until last year, a little before last year when he started his program kind of thing, or like started thinking about coming to treatment in Windsor, Ontario from Sault Ste. Marie. We were at each other's throats for like old history, old things that happened in the streets when we lived together in Alberta. And this is going back to when I was 21 and I'm 39. So we're talking like 18 years prior, and then odd stints throughout the years that I would be,
stuff with friends
passing away. Me and him would be forced to like see each other, and regardless, we didn't like each other. Okay, I fucking hated him. He hated me. It was not
parts of you.
Yeah, parts of me. Whatever.
No,
so when his wife said, why don't you go have a talk with Matt? He's sober.
Yeah.
you think this guy would believe that? Like, no, you're not going to believe in something that you judged already, right?
I was
so,
like,
anyways,
I'm going to go for a coffee with Matt. Like, he's running the scam right now.
Yeah.
But if that's going to have her calm down so I can get some sleep and come down tonight, all right, I'll do it. Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. Yeah. All right, let's go. Called you up, and I was half expecting you to say, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
But all right, yeah, I'm here. And so I picked you up. We went for that coffee and dropped you off, and I went and banged my head.
Yeah.
The wife was appeased for the night.
Yeah.
So I thought this is the new thing.
Yeah.
Just like so many other things I told her.
I'll talk to Matt every time she's mad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. And then did it again. Got after a couple days out banging my head and her calling and me not answering. She said, "You're going to see Matt again." And I was like, "Okay." But then that time, something changed.
Yeah.
I was
in-depth conversation, a little more receptive. I think the first time I talked to you, it was just about kind of planting a seed. Like, I'm not here to judge you. You know, this is what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
And maybe threw pointers out there that just imagine what your wife's thinking, or imagine what your kids feel. You know,
just opening me up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's, now that I look at it, that's what it was. I was so closed off to the whole idea of the conversation.
Yeah, because I didn't want to talk to you about treatment.
I didn't even want to sit there with you.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't even want to be in the same vehicle. Me, myself, I didn't care. Yeah. I'm already over those resentments. You know, right? Like,
I was afraid of the people that, that was in my life.
Yeah.
Of knowing I was around you, the talks, everything of it.
Yeah.
And, so, but the second time, it's when you were saying things, it was like you're pulling it right out of my head.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even have to talk. You knew my feelings, you knew everything, and I'm like, this is somebody who shouldn't understand me.
Yeah, like, but I do.
Yeah. My resentments was, you can't understand me, but you're acting like this. And then I finally realized, no, like,
there's no way you can fake this.
Yeah. It was there.
It just shows that another addict, alcoholic, will be able to help people through their feelings. Yeah. Like, and that's why I'm so proud of you today, because not only do you call me, I watch you be there for other guys that are, and you're fucking 10-hour drive away. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a short trip, but when you come down here, you're involved. You bring guys to appointments or help them out with their permissions, or you're constantly having one-on-ones with the new people, and you're in group sharing from the heart. You're talking about your struggles. You're not in there going, "Oh, life is great and grand and fucking blah, blah, blah," and then you're out there dealing with your own shit by yourself.
Yeah.
No, you're bringing your problems to other guys in other cities and other places. You're in touch with long-term alumni. You're doing the Zoom meetings every week. Like, I'm a proud sponsor for you. Like, I am. I'm very fucking proud of you, because I know how quick it is for us to go to prison, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when the cops get called just for some random stuff, guys like us don't get the chance to make a statement. We get the statements made on us.
Yes, 100%.
Right. So the reputation that precedes itself, they type it in the computer, and it goes, "Approach with caution." There's a big red alert on top.
They don't get out of their
No, they don't get until three more pull up, and then it's, "Sir, can you keep your hands out of your pockets?" And all that kind of stuff. And fucking, they surround you. They don't ask you your side of things with 111 convictions that I got.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here, right? When they open up your criminal record and they got to flip through pages like it's a storybook, that's the story they know.
Yeah.
So guys like us to change our lives, bro.
They don't believe it.
Yeah, but now you're driving through the border, buddy. Like, you're going across the river. Like, what are we talking about? Into the United States.
Yeah, I was able to bring him down through the border.
Yeah. Like, what are we talking about? I still have yet to accomplish that, but it's going to happen someday. I believe that. I believe that I'll be able to travel.
Well, each day they can end up turning me away. And
right. Yeah, it's their choice, their discretion.
But they're giving me that trust right now.
Yeah, which is a blessing.
It is.
And you got to look at it this way. All the hard work you have, even though things are tough, kids are still in your life. Wife is still in your life. Still got a couple guys working for you. You know? Like, if we really want to put this in perspective, I am very proud of you. 100% I am.
In my head, I always want more. Why can't I have this? I can't have that. And that's the part I got to humble myself on.
Mind of an alcoholic.
Yeah, I got to make that phone call.
What did I teach you?
Well,
you got to fucking rat yourself out. Yeah. Talk about
do it daily.
Do it daily. This guy pisses me off sometimes. Calling me up. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I said, same tune, same song and dance. Here we go.
Yeah.
Right?
But the only difference now is I was able to come down here.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time now, even with my older daughter, and I end up saying something pretty cold to her that's I never should have.
Right?
And being here and thinking about being when I was on program, how much I was fighting to just have her back in my life at any cost.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I had her back in my life. We're talking. She calls me when she has problems at school, problems with boys, and then I let that guard down. I got my daughter back, and it was amazing. Yeah. But then as soon as I hit that first hurdle with her, I'm like, it blew me away. Self-pity rolls in, and I'm like, I can't do this no more. And no, it's freaking, don't call me dad, and you call your dad. If that's your dad, you call him and talk to him.
Which was wrong.
It was 100% wrong.
Yeah, I tried to talk to you about that. You got to set boundaries, but you never...
I set them too far.
Yeah. If she wants to exit your life, that's a choice on her.
Yeah.
But you should be emotionally and mentally available for that kid because you have been there, and she has chosen you time and time again as somebody that she can rely on. 100%. If my kid's going to come to me and say, listen, I want to talk to you, I did this, or this, and I don't like it, that's not for me to... Right?
Yeah.
I'm not pushing that away. It's like, okay, even though I don't like it, I gotta shut the fuck up because this kid somehow needs you. Right?
I hate her, but I love you even harder.
Yeah, but look how quickly you realized it. Like these are things that have happened within the past couple weeks that you're already realizing it. Rather than losing that friendship with her, you can have a chance to do the right thing.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, like I do believe that I can be a dad to you. I'm not your father biologically, but I want you to know that you're open to talk to me if you, and I was wrong for saying what I said.
I appreciate what I have.
Yeah, man, like fuck you, but you still have to respect some rules, right? Like we're going to try and work with you because I don't want to see you go down the wrong path. I'm not going to shut the door all the way.
Yeah.
Like, boundaries, but you want to...
You're going to live your life just like everybody's got.
Like they said here, she's 16 years old, she's going to make decisions. You have no fucking change on that.
Yeah.
You can't make her mind up for her.
As an alcoholic, I like to control. You do it my way, we're all good.
You
got a different opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, it's been a struggle. The emotions up and down, but... being here, being on program, having a couple of one-on-ones I have with the new guys, and I see the emotions just skyrocket when we're sitting in group, and then I see them go down the next day, and it made me right away think about it as the up and down. But then now mine are most of the time they're like this. I have a little spike once in a while, and that's those days that I forget to do my commitments. That's the days that I'm not reaching out to somebody.
You let something slip.
And then it just kind of throws it off. It's every piece of it needs to hold together. As soon as I forget one, it's throwing a wrench in the smoke.
The awareness will come over time. Like they say, after the first year, next year, 3 years is another little challenge. You get to the fourth, then the fifth is another challenge. Every couple years, you're going to be thrown a little more wisdom according to your feelings if you stay rooted in recovery. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You just got to be here, right? You're allowed to come and admit your faults and admit your mistakes. That's why you get a sponsor. It's why you get people in your life that are like-minded individuals that want to go to meetings. If this person ain't able to go today, you call the next guy. You fucking hang out with somebody that's doing positive things, and sooner or later, you're picking up pieces of your new personality from different persons as
100%.
you... Yeah, 100%.
And you have no excuse. There's always somebody you're going to get a hold of.
Yeah, right? And if not, show the fuck up to a meeting and meet people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't be too scared to go out and ask for the help and then learn where it is and then keep going to the help. Because people are willing to help.
My latest struggles was probably because around her age was one of the hardest parts of my life. And when I look at her, I think, and it reminds me of the stuff I was going through.
Yeah, and you got to stop comparing.
Yeah.
Right? Because, at 16 years old, you were stealing cars, sleeping with women, running around the streets, partying, selling drugs, stealing, fighting.
Jumping city.
She's nowhere near that. Not a fucking chance. And maybe it's like, oh, well, you don't know how rough I had it. It's like, no, but she still has emotional issues.
One of the favorite things from you playing that violin.
Yeah.
Every time she's doing something.
Yeah.
It's
the world's smallest violin playing the loudest song. Like, how the fuck you get that much noise out of this little thing here? Just going, right? It's like, dude.
But it's not her memories. So
no, it's not. She doesn't have to. What her memories are her traumas and her experiences. And they could be, like, I like to put it this way. The pain that someone feels. You stub your toe. I don't know how much pain is going through your body and your nervous system from stubbing your toe. It could be just as severe as me breaking my arm.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're feeling because I'm not in your body. So why is it that we're so quick to assume, oh, he just stubbed his toe, like, lay off. Like, you don't know if that man's toe's exposed, cut open, and the bone's exposed, and the nerves are just flaring right now. You have no idea what's going on with that guy's foot. So how am I supposed to explain that to somebody? To put it into layman's terms, it's like when we see somebody struggling, their struggle is just as severe as any possibility emotionally, mentally, rather than physical. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like the emotional, mental struggle. That's why mental health is so important, right? The psychotherapists here, the navigators that help us through our life trials and tribulations, they work hand in hand together. Like, shout out to Shannon, Ashley, the rest of yous, right? Because if I can't get my taxes done, that might be detrimental to the way that I'm emotionally able to cope. And here I am fucking stressing out about something. Somebody said something to me and I want to punch his face in over me having a couple bills and not being able to do a couple things in my life and not even knowing how. Well, they help you file your taxes or set up the appointments for consolidation. They help you with the trauma-based counseling.
I had everything laid right out when I got home.
So that way you could...
The appointments were popping up on my calendar.
So you could focus on you. Right. How cool is that people want to help organize the outside world so you can literally work on your emotions and your mental state.
And the only thing I ever heard from them is, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I want to hear how you're doing.
Tell me how you're doing.
Yeah, tell me how you're doing. Yeah. It's so cool, bro. Like, I can walk into Shannon's office today, get a hug, sit down, like, listen, like, am I ever fucked right now?
Yeah,
this is what's going on. And she's got all of the capacity somehow to handle people like me going into her office randomly and just saying, I don't have an appointment, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, I often forget that she's human too.
Yeah.
That she probably needs to fucking vent.
She's got some stuff going on.
Yeah, man. Like, there's a lot of times that after I'm done my spiel, I'm like, oh, by the way, how are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Like, oops, I almost forgot you're not a robot.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me, man.
Yeah, I was actually just in her office the other day, and it was about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I'm using up your time. Hey, sorry. Not at all. Like, she was still invested. Like,
complete compassion.
How you doing? You know,
complete compassion.
Yeah, and it's great to have people like that in your life.
Yeah.
Well, in my life, I should say.
Yeah.
It's because I needed it.
Yeah.
And coming from strangers.
Well, how many people do you think you talk to that you're on program with, or that have been on program, or that you've met through recovery today? How many people do you think? Just on average. 30, 40, 50, 20, 10?
At least.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
At least what? I said 5 numbers.
I'd say at least 30.
Okay.
30, 40. Some of them fall off, but I still reach out to them.
Yeah, and when they come back on,
then it's...
For instance, our friend Sean.
Yeah.
Right? He disappears for a few weeks, stops sending commitments. I'm like, what, buddy? I don't know what to say. Fucking you.
I showed up at his door with some coffee when I was down around Toronto.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to do shit like that. That's why I said I was very proud of you, because, like, dude, like, tell me about that story without maybe mentioning
without getting into details of his stuff. He was a little bit ahead of me on program.
Yeah.
Great guy. We had a lot of stuff in common when it came to families and things like that. And well, just like all alcoholics connect, but for some reason me and him a little bit more.
Yeah.
And he was able to go to THU and go home. And
THU's transitional housing at Brentwood Recovery Home.
We were both on the couples groups with our wives and struggling the same things, and then all of a sudden, just the traveling became an issue.
Yeah.
Being alone.
Yeah.
And I went through it when I was driving down here.
Right.
The thoughts of, I can go do this right now, I can do that right now.
So when you knew he was absent, you took your time to go and stop in.
Yeah, to go right to his house with some coffees.
Yeah.
Because...
How did you know where he lived?
Well, I have notes and stuff for that I've gotten from guys when I was on program.
So you had his address?
Yes, I have his address.
And he didn't know you were coming?
Nope.
So you just stopped there?
I just pulled right in, told Amy to sit here, and knocked on the door, and he opened it up. And
was he like, holy fuck?
Yeah.
Well, hey.
He was a little closed off at first, and he told me, he's kind of sitting in some guilt because of having an issue, and doesn't know how to get honest and tell everybody, because feeling bad about it.
Yeah.
So after I let him get some of it out, I just called the house And I asked if Jen was here. She wasn't. So I called back and got Dave on the phone.
Yeah.
And I handed him the phone. And then I went outside and had a cigarette while he had his conversation with his group leader. And when I came back in, he gave me a big hug. And he's like, thank you so much. He's like, that's been weighing on me.
Yeah.
And now he's been honest, and he's able to keep moving through stuff.
See, part of me feels like a piece of shit because, like, he's been telling me glimpses of this story over the past 4 days. He's been staying at my house from traveling down here, and I never even knew the whole story. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't ask the right question, or maybe I didn't have my ear open the right way, but I kind of feel bad right now. So I apologize that I didn't hear you the first 4 times you told me.
No. Hey, you got stuff going on in your life too, and that's the thing, is everybody's got stuff going on.
Yeah.
I was actually privileged to go and see another guy when I was down in Toronto due to a friend getting in a bad accident. I stopped over in Mississauga.
Yeah, for those who are watching that do know, our friend Wendy, she's married. She has she's pregnant with one child that was recently just born after the accident. She had a 2-year-old son that was tragically taken in a drunk driving collision. She was sober driving down the road. Drunk driver veered into traffic and hit her head on. A vehicle from behind her hit her vehicle from behind. Her 2-year-old son was in the vehicle in the back seat, and he perished.
Devereaux.
His name is Devereaux. Yeah, he passed away after being airlifted to Sick Kids. Tragic story. Like, this is a family that very smart little boy. I didn't know. I've been out of touch with Wendy for
Incredible.
over 10 years, but what I've heard from other people that are close, because we've all grown up together, and whatever, you go down your different paths, but this little boy knew how to count to like 30, 40 before he was 2 years old. He knew all his ABCs. He knows how to name every little
Heavy piece of
heavy equipment, right? The different trucks, the different excavators, loaders, dump trucks, all that kind of stuff, right? So he was a very intellectual little boy, and God rest his soul, that he had to be taken. The driver of the motor vehicle that was drinking, I'm not going to say
We're
his name.
not too sure about all the details of it right now.
The point is that I've met the gentleman a long time ago, and it's sad because people that make mistakes like that seem to continuously do it over a period of time, and it's terrible that this is the lesson that people have to take from it, right? But it was repetitive actions for over a decade that this person's been drinking and driving and acting like that. So it's terrible that it had to take a 2-year-old's life, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyways, so how are you helping with their family?
Me and Amy went to Toronto for a week.
Yeah.
Just to be there as Dave. He's incredible, man.
Yeah.
He's running between.
That's Wendy's husband.
That's Wendy's husband. Yeah. And he's running between the Toronto Sick Kids and St. Michael's Hospital to Wendy.
Yeah.
And just knowing that, like, this guy's running ragged, wanting to be there, like, just anything you can do for somebody, right? That has done so much for us. They opened their home when me and Amy were having some hard times. She stayed with them for a month, and you don't come across many good people in life like that. I've found over the years that stay with you, and Wendy has been a big part of my life,
right?
Pretty much all my life. So yeah, we were in Toronto, just doing whatever we can, picking up the odds and end things.
And she's got a long recovery.
Very long recovery.
What was it? Both arms, collarbones, pelvis.
Pretty much the only thing that wasn't damaged was her right arm.
Okay. Yeah. Broken ankles, legs.
Her mouth is wired shut. She got a big gash down the back of her head.
How many staples did you say throughout her entire body?
I was talking with Dave last night, and he said just over 200 staples
So
they took out of her body now.
Different injuries, yeah.
Yeah. Verena, beautiful baby.
Yeah. And the daughter was born via C-section.
Yeah, emergency C-section at 7 months.
Yeah, we just seen a picture. She's 4.5 pounds.
She's starting to put on the weight, and Dave has been there every step of the way for her. Yeah. It's crazy.
Tell me about something that Wendy said to you. How did she? How was she? Like when she was finally talking to you, something that kind of hit you
Well, there was a couple things in the situation that hit me, but the main part is that they were counting their blessings instead of focusing on their losses. Not to put that wrong, that could be interpreted. They're devastated,
of course,
but they are still trying to be positive.
Right.
And that's one of the things that really stuck out to me while that was going on. And honestly, that was one of the things that pushed me, that instead we couldn't be at the hospital 24/7 with them,
right?
Because there was other family who wanted to be there. So then I took that chance to go to Pickering, go to Mississauga, to reach out to other guys.
Right. That's when you went and seen Sean.
Yeah. And I went and seen good friend John. That he wasn't able to make it through program.
Yeah, that's who you called me. Yeah.
He was a big part of my program and getting me to open up about stuff I never would have before.
Right.
And made the same phone call.
Remember when I said to you, people are going to be in your life, they're going to be out of your life, but they're all there for a reason and a purpose?
Yeah.
No matter what your journey is, this guy might quit. He might not be sober 10 months from now. But the fact is, he's going to hold a pivotal part in your recovery. Go have a one-on-one with him. Make sure if you resent a guy or judge a guy, try and talk to him, because somewhere you're going to get something out of him.
Yeah.
He's going to get something out of you that could be a pivotal moment in both of your lives to change it for the better.
Well, we're still very close. And he made the phone call to Joe Papa while I was at his house as well.
Right.
Because he does want it. You know, some people just, it's the timing that they're going to get it.
Right.
And so I was able to try to take that negative that was going on and try to put some positive in it.
Yep.
And
just be an ear.
Just being there for other people, just reaching
be a
out.
Shoulder, an ear, a hand.
Yeah. My whole life it was take.
Yeah.
The only time I can get away from that is when I'm trying to be there for somebody else.
That's crazy. You said that in group the other day. You were sharing. You said, like, listen, the only way I know how to get out of self-pity is by listening to somebody else and forgetting about my issues, because I'm invested in what they're saying or what they're going through.
Yeah.
And then I'm totally not thinking about my life at all, or how bad or fucking fantasy land I got it. Yeah. 100%, bro. It makes me, some days I just want to jump up and kiss you. You know what I mean? Fucking, should I?
Or maybe slap my ass, eh?
They gave a little slap tickle. Anyway, little thoughts and prayers for Wendy and her family would be nice if anybody's watching.
There's a GoFundMe and stuff for that.
Yeah, there's a GoFundMe. You can see it on Matt Hermes' Facebook wall, Windsor, Ontario. If you type in MATTHERMES, I do believe I shared it. If not, Donald Frigo, FRIGAULT, and you'll be able to find it. There's more often than not a lot of resourceful people in the world that can help us, but as alcoholics, we are quick to diminish those connections when we have ulterior motives.
100%.
So to eliminate any ulterior motives and not be secretive anymore, I always say, if it's a secret, you shouldn't do it, and if it's a secret, you shouldn't keep it. But telling on yourself is the first step. They can work with honesty. Yeah, but we can't work with lies.
And asking direction.
That's right.
I actually had to sit in Tom's office there just the other day asking some direction.
Yeah.
Amy's interested in opening that dry house we spoke about.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too sure about how much I should be involved or if it's a good idea in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my direction of, that's Amy's baby. You know, be supportive in any way I can.
That's right.
I have some great people from the fellowship to talk to, get little pointers and things like that.
Yeah.
And,
Let her open it up.
yeah.
And the main thing is, bro, like, I'm super excited about it because it's in our hometown of Sault Ste. Marie that there's possibility going to be a sober living house that his wife, Amy Frigo, is going to be like starting this entire thing, right? And then branching it out of their own home at some point. So we're talking about people getting out of treatment, having a place to live in Sault Ste. Marie. Like, there's already a few places. Ken Brown. I don't know of any other, actually, tell you the truth. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just, it's hard for when people get out of treatment and have to go back to being homeless or figure it out, boys. It's
Putting
kind
themselves
of
back in those situations
Yeah.
with the same people, places, and things.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard to put those tools to use that quick.
Right. So kudos to them. I hope it starts soon because I personally want to advertise and be able to help people where I'm from at whatever cost. Do you know what I mean? Good for you for doing it right in your home base.
Yeah.
You know, I was already talking to Amy about doing virtual meetings. So that's going to be cool. I think it's going to be awesome seeing some people find what we found and through what we've learned. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's nothing like Brentwood out there.
No, buddy.
And if we can bring
piece of that home,
just a piece of that home,
buddy.
I know it's going to make a difference.
It's going to light up hallways like candlesticks, baby.
You got it. My whole life I took from that city.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought it was family that brought me back there. But God has a plan for us. And I'm really starting to think this is it. Because Amy has spoke for like some years now that she wanted to do something like this.
Right.
But I wasn't, in recovery or anything at the time. I didn't understand any of it. She just wanted to be able to help somebody. And for as long as I can remember, she spoke of doing something that she can give back to people.
That's right.
And it just seems to be happening that the cards are falling in place, that this is it.
100%. And bro, I'm super proud of you guys because, like, you know how many lives are going to be touched by this? Let's just do the math on this. Somebody lives there for 3 to 6 months. We'll say 6 months. Every year, 8 people are going to have a chance of moving out and figuring out where they go. Now, if it's on a rotation, you're going to just say 16 to 32 people a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
If they all pass, and they all fucking do what they got to do. They're going to transition from treatment into a home, sober living, and then they're going to be able to get their lives together for 6 months and possibly get their feet on the ground to find housing, to find, the right counseling, the right program, let's say, right? The right type of meetings, getting out in the community, going to AA meetings as a group, being able to possibly find work after a set point, right?
I found those first initial little bit of time is very crucial.
Of course it is. Getting your footing.
Getting putting your feet out there, having to get up and still make your bed.
Right.
Do your commitments in the morning, and having the right people around you, not just family, that brings all that stuff. Just because I got the tools doesn't mean I know how to use them.
Oh, bro, you give me a whole tool bag. I haven't had any skills. I haven't went to work and got any experience.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I got a wrench. What does a wrench do?
I remember my daughter, she kind of brought up before I came down here, because I was interested in staying in the THU here at Brentwood.
Yeah.
And I told the wife I'd like to stay. And Tom turned around and asked Amy, well, what do you think? She's like, well, I need him home. I need him home with the business and the kids. Yeah. So he's like, no, you're going home. They want you home. You're going home, and you're going to put it to work. So I trusted the program. My daughter found out that, I wanted to stay. And so I was trying to explain to her, like, no, it's because I wanted to ease back into life with you guys. Yeah. I didn't want to just get dropped on you and have that shell shock.
And panic, too, right? Like if something doesn't go right and Dad doesn't handle it right, like next thing you know, I fail everybody miserably.
You haven't changed, everything's the same.
That's it. Yeah, and all that nonsense. But hey, man, good for you guys for doing something positive for the community. I know Amy too. She's a go-getter. If she sets her mind to doing something, it's starting to get done.
Yeah,
which I think is fucking cool, man. Because like, in all honesty, I've been like wanting to be a part of something like this, and to even have the Hours of Clarity be tagged into that, right? Like whether I'm doing talks with guys in group meetings or whether I'm even a part of like their recovery path in any way possible, from Windsor to Sault Ste. Marie. Like,
the influence just on the naming that she came up with, because one of the parts that I was sold of coming down to Windsor from Sault Ste. Marie, as I've never been here before, was Brentwood.
Yeah,
and
Brent would want us to be better. Brent would want us.
For those that don't know, Brent was a big part of both our lives. Mm-hmm. And when you told me Brent wants you to do this, Brentwood, and I'm like, ding.
Yeah, Brent would want us to stay sober. So Brent would want you to be a better man. Yeah.
With our good friend Al passing, it's the same thing, and I think that could maybe, hopefully give somebody else that feeling, because I know he touched a lot of people around there. Yeah. And that might be the thing to help them as well.
Yeah. 100%. Alan would. Alan would want me to be a better man.
Yeah.
Okay. And I often keep that in the forefront of my mind, because I was the last person that used with Brent before he passed away. And like many people, we do drugs together in our addiction. I try not to let that be a burden on my soul, that I was the last person to get high with one of my old best friends. That it's a terrible fucking feeling, man, knowing that I asked him to go home, right? Bring your car back to your mom. like, you gotta go. I want to lay down with my girlfriend. Like, I need you to leave. If my dad catches you here, knowing that I'm, up getting high all night, like, he's gonna know you're high, and he's gonna lose all respect for you.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want that to happen. And then he crashed his car. Do you know what I mean? And he's getting out to walk, and he got hit by a truck tragically. So although he didn't die from a drug overdose, the fact I asked him to leave instead of just saying sleep on the couch or something. Like, I don't even know if he wanted to sleep there. Like, there was no discussion of it. I was just saying, like, I need you to go, right? Like, it's fucking
Play-Doh.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Like, you gotta, or 5 a.m. or whatever. It's like, it's time to leave. My dad's gonna get up for work soon. Like,
I just didn't shut it down anyways.
No, but that's my point. Like, I have those, that survivor's guilt. Like, I woulda, coulda, shoulda done this different. I had that for a while.
Just like the stuff with Al?
Yeah, the stuff with Al, man. I could have took the bag from him, right?
The bag was there because of people helping it be there.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to carry. And it's...
well, just on that note, right? We'll just leave that. But it's like, you're absolutely right.
When you're in the lifestyle, you don't think of those things.
No, 100%. And then even, the week before... Alan had come over to somebody that was selling drugs for me, and I fucking wake up and I'm sleeping on the couch, and like I just passed out after being up for a bit. I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's a ghost. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know why I said that. I'm just like wiping the crust out of my eyes, right? Like, fuck, man, a ghost. A week to that Friday, a week later, poof, man's dead. Yeah. But I went over to his house 3 days after that, and he's scratching his belly, and eyes are pinned, and he's never done opiates.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like, you're fucking high on opiates right now. I'm thinking, So I'm like, I'm going to take the bag.
But that wasn't him.
Listen, this is what I said to myself. I'm taking that bag from you, right? Like, I'm getting that bag out of your hands, and I'm going to get you to admit it to me, and I'm leaving with it. And then, when you fucking sober up or something, like, I don't know what to say. Like, this is the way I was thinking, right? So I asked him to see... the bag. I'm like, I just want to buy some, but I want to make sure you didn't cut it. I want to see all of it, so you're not just bringing me out a sample of something and then you're going to give me something different. Just let me see the bag. And we're best friends, so sure, here you go. He throws it to me, and I said, now that I got this in my fucking hand, I can tell you're fucking smoking it. I can tell you're high right now. Like, why are you doing it? Oh, I'm not. I'm like, bro, you're scratching your fat belly. I said, you fucking guys, you and Nicole aren't fighting. You have a mattress, right? You got a mattress in the living room, like you guys are having a sleepover, and these guys are in love.
Yeah.
Like, you're high, bro. You're doing opiates.
Those last couple of days, every time I called, he didn't pick up either. I knew something was going on.
Yeah.
Something was different.
And that's what I said. I'm like, bro, I'm keeping this bag, and you can fucking get it back. Like, when you fucking get off the shit. And I swear to God, I'm not doing it. I'm like, bro, put it on our friendship that you're not high right now, and I'll give you the bag back. Oh, friendship, my word. I'm like, fucking take it if it's that important to you. Right? And I felt like, oh, you're insulting our friendship. Rather than just leaving with the bag. 2 days later.
But carrying that guilt of other people making the choices.
Yeah.
Just like even since I found sobriety, there's been some people that I've tried pointing in a direction, and it's like, they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it.
Yep.
I can only be in control of myself today. And that's it.
That's right.
And it's sad that, I had to lose friends that close.
To come to this reality.
To realize it. And then, like, my little brother passing away from this kind of stuff. Yeah. I sat there for a while. I'm like, if I would have just moved to the Sioux sooner, if I would have got there just a little sooner.
Yeah, we always have
I could have been there for him.
Yeah.
And all the time our conversations were, let's get the kids together, and I want to do this, and he'd reach out.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know exactly how bad it was.
But hey, man, they got a Brentwood. We're going to have, hopefully, an Allenwood house.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe there'll be a Prestonwood, too, someday down the road.
Something. That's just it. We got to pay tribute to the people that we've lost, because if I'm not living right today, their lives are in vain, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I see it. I shouldn't piss away, like you said, even Eric from prison.
Yeah.
Why are you doing same old shit when I'm sitting here doing time for us?
Yeah.
Like, we both didn't go to prison. You should be out there doing something positive. Yeah. And like you said, you felt the love from that. I know that Brent and Al were two amazing, loyal people. Kind people.
I have a little bit of Brent. I have a little bit of Al. I have a little bit of Eric.
Yeah.
A little bit of Preston.
A little bit of Matt.
Yeah, I got a little bit of Matt. And, a lot of Brentwood.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to live today.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes. I just wanted to touch base on one other thing that being thankful. What does that look like for you today after everyone that's stuck by your side? Everybody that's been around through this journey since you started making right choices. And although we falter, right, make mistakes along the way, we're still destined for good things when we are trying to make the best choice today.
Yeah.
So what about those, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful to be alive.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to have my wife and my kids. My in-laws have opened their house back up to me.
Yeah.
To have such close friendship with you.
Yeah.
So when I walk in those front doors here, to see the people happy to see me and ask, are you on program or are you here to visit? When I say I'm here, just to get some of the fellowship, I'm thankful for that feeling.
That's right.
That I can give back. I've had a couple one-on-ones with some of the new guys, and all I'm telling them is what I experienced here, or what an older alumni told me when I was here, and when I see their eyes light up with, wow, that makes sense. Like, that's the best thing. Like, that's the best feeling
Getting
I've ever
through
had.
somebody.
Yeah. I do still struggle with it, like the issues with my daughter I'm going through right now. But I'm thankful that I still have the chance to, when I go home, I can still talk to her, and I have the chance to still work through it.
That's it.
So it's one day at a time. I'm always going to be an alcoholic. I'm always going to struggle. But I do have the blueprint from Father Paul that I try to stick to it as much as possible, and just give it back.
On a last note, if there's anything that you'd like to say to people struggling out there, if there's something that I give everybody an opportunity at the end of the podcast to, if you got something that you'd like to say to somebody who might be searching for it, who hasn't found it yet, anybody in the chance that they're watching.
My biggest thing was thinking there's nobody like me out there. Nobody can understand me. I'm cut from a different cloth, stuff like that, or I've done too much that I can't be forgiven. I can't get past it.
Yeah.
There's other people just like me. It may take 10 people to get all the different parts, but it's possible.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I gotta understand my character defects are real. And I'm not alone.
But don't initially be scared to ask.
Don't be scared to ask. The more questions that I've asked, the better it's got. And some of the alumni that I've talked to, that was the biggest thing, is that I asked questions constantly.
You remember what I said? Yeah, we're going to wrap this up in a minute here, but I said to you, why wouldn't you want to go to treatment? And in that truck ride, when Amy got you to come talk to me, you said, I can't go to treatment because I have my family and I got my work down south. I got all these
excuses.
Right. And I said, okay, so you don't go to treatment. Let's play this forward. I said, you don't go to treatment, and you're not going to find that you'll find that you're not going to have your business. You're not going to have your family. They're going to have enough of it. You're not going to be able to manage the money. You're not going to be able to manage the job orders. You're not going to be able to dictate what goes on in your family's home. You might end up getting separated. Then it's going to be a huge other struggle. You're going to blow the money. You're going to lose the business. You're going to lose the family anyway. Yeah. I said, so if you take 90 days, we've been to jail for years before. What is a 90-day sentence? And that's why I think when you kind of like started clicking a bit more.
I've done that on my head in the hole. Why can't I do it here?
Yeah. Like, we spend 90 days in the fucking hole, no problem. Anyway, the point is that you did it. So if there's anybody out there, don't be afraid to think that you're special, that you're, too far gone, or, like you can't be forgiven, or all those feelings and turmoil. Because if you do ask for help, or you do talk to somebody, even if somebody you don't like, okay, you might find out that there's a friend in them. You might find out that, the things your brain are telling you, they're not right. And you can find help in a better life, and you can succeed, and you can become a positive person somewhere in the world, doing something with
along the way, help somebody else.
Yeah, with your life. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, that is the end of Hours of Clarity. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, talk. Please, thank you. Comment below if you must. I will get back to you. Thanks, Don, for coming on. I appreciate you. And I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, God bless everybody. Have a good day. And thank you for watching another episode of Hours of Clarity.